Nick Harrell admitting a mistake. This is very rare. This is extremely rare, so get ready. A couple weeks ago, I was calling my friend Dan, or let's call him Nad, backwards, and telling him that TCU was basically not deserving of their ranking. They were ranked too high. They couldn't beat Miami. They couldn't beat some of these teams in front of them. And TCU responded by beating BYU by 75 points at BYU Stadium in BYU, wherever that is, Provo, Utah, I think. My brother lives in Utah. I should know that. And no, I'm not Mormon. I may look like it, but I'm not. So stop it with your speculating. Me and my Mormonness. I'm Methodist. They both start with M, but that's where the similarities end. But TCU has been ridiculously good these last couple weeks. And I would argue that they're as good as any team in the nation right now, honestly. Florida should have lost to Arkansas. They got a couple really good calls at home. Texas is good. I'd love to see a Texas TCU national championship. I really would. Two Texas teams. And maybe I'm being a homer, but I think Texas may not be quite as good as Alabama and Florida, but they're definitely on level with them. They could play and compete with them, even though the Big 12 was down this year, and I'll recognize that. And even Texas was questionable against Oklahoma without Sam Bradford, and they'd already lost a couple games, and then they roll in there, and UT turns the ball over 17 times. I think Oklahoma turned it over 18, and UT walked out with a win. Which is good that they won the game, but the way they won it was not so impressive, and they haven't been overly impressive in their victories this year. But they're still undefeated. So you got to give them that. They're number 2 in the nation. I don't begrudge that. I don't begrudge Florida being number 1, even if they got some good calls at home to win a game. I don't hate that. It's not necessarily right, and I can understand Arkansas being mad, but Arkansas could have done a lot more to beat Florida. Florida's very beatable. Even with the great Tim Tebow at the helm, yes, even with all of you worshiping to his little golden-plated speech outside the swamp, Florida's beatable this year. Why? Because they don't have Percy Harvin. What else? Really? Cincinnati? Cincinnati? Or apparently Cincinnati? People from your own state don't know how to say it. Remember that show, Living on the Air in Cincinnati? Cincinnati, WKRP. Yeah, it's Cincinnati, not Cincinnati. But if you're from Ohio, you say Cincinnati. Right, Kirk Herbstreit. Tell me I'm wrong, Kirk. I dare you. Watch him anytime. The Cincinnati Bengals are undefeated. Cincinnati is not better than TCU. They have not played better competition, and they do not deserve to be ahead of them in the BCS. There is very little you could do to argue that point. Prove to me that Cincinnati is better. Look at the teams the two have played, compare them, and see who has played better competition. The thing is, I don't hate Cincinnati. I'm glad they're undefeated. I wish college football had a playoff, and Cincinnati would definitely be in the top 16 teams because they're undefeated, and they deserve to be there. Maybe around 12 or 13. But they don't deserve to be in front of TCU, who went on the road and beat 2 ACC schools in, was it back-to-back weeks? Or there may have been a week off in between there. And then went to BYU and killed them. If they beat Utah, they should pass both Boise and Cincinnati and be in a position for a national championship appearance. They should. Should Texas and Florida and Alabama lose. Florida or Alabama lose. I don't think Texas is going to lose. The Big 12 is just not very good this year, especially in the North. Kansas State is winning the North. Tech beats you by like 50. And Tech is not that great this year. So, but then A&M beat us by like 50, and you beat them by 50. So you can't really do the point thing, but I just don't think K-State is a very good team to be leading their portion of the conference. Hopefully Missouri will come around and win it, and then I can kind of justify that a little bit. I don't think Missouri is very good this year. It's a down year for Missouri. But whatever. Texas is probably going to be in the national championship game. But I argue that should Alabama and or Florida lose, Texas, very unlikely, but they could lose to A&M because A&M's playing some decent football right now. TCU deserves a shot. Put them in the national championship game against Texas, against Florida, against Alabama. That way we know how good they are. Because right now we don't. We know they're a good football team, but we don't know if they can compete on that level with the SEC and the Big 12. I think they can. I think this team is that good. I've been convinced by their recent scoring in recent weeks, not only blowing out teams, but blowing them out and then holding them scoreless. That's a sign of a possibly great football team. And they deserve to be where they are right now, probably ranked a couple spots higher, and should have a chance at the BCS National Championship, provided Texas, Oklahoma's already out. Texas, Alabama, and or Florida, two of those three teams lose. TCU and the BCS National Championship game. I don't have a problem with it if they win out and beat Utah. That's, to me, it's a no-brainer. TCU's the logical choice, especially out of Boise, Cincinnati, and TCU. You pick TCU. You're coming up horned frogs every time. So that is not, please don't mistake that I'm being mean to Boise or TCU. Not TCU, Boise, or what's the other name of that team that's good? Cincinnati. See, I just said it. You're good. You're both good teams. You all deserve to be in the top 16 in the nation and be in the playoffs. But I just think TCU's much better than Cincinnati and a little bit better than Boise. That's my opinion. Anyways, you can let me know what you think. I will holler back at you guys later. Alright, bye.